Hello, this is ASP.NET Web API tutorial part 3. In this tutorial, I am going to explain you how to retrieve the data from SQL database by using Web API, and how to use the entity data model in Web API project. By using that, how to get the how to fetch the data from database. So here are the some steps. How to create a ADO.NET entity data model in the Web API project. These are the steps. Here I am creating a new project, class library project, and these are the steps how to add the ADO.NET entity data model. And after adding that, in these steps you have to follow this server name. You have to give dot or local and authentication to make a connection to the database, and there you have to select entity framework 6.x. I'll show a demo also at last how to do that. And here I am creating a class library project, and in the class library project I am adding the entity data model, and in the main Web API project I am adding the reference of the class library project. So I am giving the class library project name as employee service, and this employee service reference I am adding to the Web API project. And at last you will run Ctrl F5 to run the application. But while running, if you are getting some issues like directory browse not found, directory not found, or something like this, then you can just go to the web server folder, web server tag of the web.config file, and add directory browse enable equal to true. Then it will remove the following error. So now I'll show a demo. So coming to the demo, you can see here is a class library project, and in this class library project I already added a employee data model. Employee data model I have added. This one is a entity data model, and you can see here these are the classes from my database, which contains ID, name, age, and these are auto generated. After adding the entity data model to the project, these are the files will auto created. You can see in the left side. So then you have to build this employee service application, and after building, the DLL will be reproduced. Then you have to add that DLL here in the Web API project by going to the add reference and add the DLL. Now in Web API project you can see my employee controller here. Here I am using that test.db demo entities. These entities you can find here. You can find here the context. So, and this has a connection name. For this entity data model, you have a connection name here called as test.db demo entities. You can see this is a connection string. You have to copy this connection string to the Web API project web.config file. You can see the web.config file of Web API project. This should also contain a connection string of that name. Here you can see the test.db demo entities, and the connection string is same. Now after adding the DLL reference and updating the connection string, you can build this. You can build this application and run. By the meantime, I'll show you. This is my employee table in the database. There are 3 rows. You can see Raju, Hari, Ramu, and these are the age. Now I build the application. Now I'll run. After running, you are getting some error like this. Your server, their web server is configured to not list the content of this directory. So whatever I have shown you, this is same as that. So what you have to do, you have to go to the web.config file, and in the web.config file you just add this directory browse enable equal to true. Now I'm saving that. I'm stopping the application and saved. Now I build. Now I'll rerun the application. Now you will see you won't get any error. You will get all the directory list of that. Now I'll go to API employee. Employee is my controller name. So after doing that, you will get all the rows. I have shown you 3 rows are present in my database. So all the 3 rows you will see in the browser. Let me increase the font. And this is my database. You can see the database also here, 2438 the age. So this web API fetches the data from the SQL data server. Now the only step is I'll show you how to add the entity data model to the project. Now I'm stopping the application. To the class library project, you can right click on that and add new item. In the new item you have to search entity. Now entity data model came. In the entity data model you have to select add, and in the next step you have to select EF designer from database. Now here if it is a new time, you have to click on new connection, and in the new connection you have to give the server name. You can give dot means the current system, and here you can select what is the database you want to, and here you can select the authentication type. At last you can click test connection succeeded. Then you can press OK. Here you can give any name, test div demo entities or data model entity or database. Then you can click next, and here you can select table, views or store procedure. Currently I have only one table, it is showing here, so I selected the tables and finish. Upon finish, you will see here one model 1 will be appended, and that is my EDMX file, that is entity data model. So here I am selecting yes to all. You can see here model 1 is added and model 1 context, same thing as employee. Here employee model also you can find. So in this way you can add a entity data model to your project, and you can use that project as a DLL in the web API project to fetch the data from the database. So that's all for today. If you want to get any update from web API, my next video updates or any update if you want to find, you can subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.